Hello and welcome to this course entitled 7 Rules of Bible Interpretation Every Christian Should Know. In this next lesson, I want to give you an overview of the 7 rules of Bible interpretation that we're going to cover in this course. Each one by itself is a potential avenue for exploring the depths of the Bible, and combined they will become your personal treasure guide, opening up more and more riches of the Bible to you. The 7 rules of interpretation that we will study in this course include: number 1, pre-existing conditions. This can be summed up in the following way. There are no objective readers of the Bible, and so this chapter introduces you to some common interpretation biases, and the goal is to diminish their influence as you read and study the Bible. Rule number 2 is something I call by the book, and this is going to give you a sense for a whole book of the Bible. A lot of times we read passages in isolation, and this step will be a remedy for that. And by learning about an entire book, it will give you the background for understanding individual passages. Rule number 3 is something I call context, context, context. And this is how do other passages in the same book add meaning and clarity to our passage. This is one example here from Matthew 18, and the red you can see is Matthew 18:15-20, which talks about reconciling with your brother and sister. But before that, we have the parable of the lost sheep. Before that, do not cause your brother or sister to stumble. And before that, be humble. After the text in red, you have a lesson on forgiving your brother and sister, or sister, as God forgave you. You can see that all of these passages actually feed in to the main passage there, 15-20. And context, context, context will show you the value of looking around your passage. Rule number 4 is something I call word up. And here it's basically how to do a mini word study on particular terms within your passage. Rule number 5 is culture shock. And this is where we seek to better understand the culture and the customs of the passage we are studying. And I'll show you how to do that by using some very, very simple Bible resources. Rule number 6 is what I call biblical context. And this is how other parts of the Bible can maybe add meaning or clarity to the passage we're studying. A good example of that is when the Apostle Peter in Acts chapter 2 quotes from the book of Joel. And the biblical context will show you the value of studying the Old Testament passage. And rule number 7, modern day application. This is where we demonstrate how to apply the Bible's message to our modern problems, issues, and questions. There you have it. These are the 7 rules of Bible interpretation every Christian should know. Each one will open up a richness and a depth of the Bible that you may have never discovered before. And all 7 together are going to combine to take your Bible study and your Bible understanding to a whole new level. God bless.